Iran and Israel. These two have been involved in a war for decades, but it wasn't like that. Some call it a Cold War. But this year, things started to get real. For the second time, hundreds of Iranian missiles hit Israeli targets. In the following report, we decode how things came to that.
Sworn enemies, Iran and Israel have never been closer to igniting a regional war in West Asia. On Tuesday, Tehran launched a massive strike on Israel, raining down nearly 200 missiles after its axis of resistance faced heavy blows. Starting with the killing of Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh on its soil, followed by the death of Hezbollah Secretary General Hassan Nasrallah. Both Iran and Israel have now warned each other against further attacks.
We are not in pursuit of war with Israel. They promised us peace, but Israel has terrorized our guests in Tehran during our presidential inauguration. We want to establish peace. If you disagree, peace will not be established.
We are at the height of a difficult war against Iran's axis of evil, which wants to destroy us. This will not happen because we will stand together, and with God's help, we will win together. We will get the hostages back from the south, and we will get our citizens back to the north, and we will guarantee the victory of Israel.
The region is now bracing for an Israeli response. Question is, how and when will Israel strike?
We are at a very dangerous point in time. Escalation after escalation. First and foremost for civilians in Gaza, Lebanon, the West Bank, Israel, and I fear beyond. This goes to the very core of what human rights is all about. For everyone, everywhere. Protection of civilians is of utmost importance, as is respect for international humanitarian law and international human rights law.
This year, Iran and Israel stepped away from this shadow war and launched direct attacks on each other. But what led to this escalation? This goes back to the 1970s. When the terrifying Tehran-Tel Aviv tango began. In 1979, Iran's pro-Western leader Mohammad Reza Shah, who regarded Israel as an ally, was thrown out of power in an Islamic revolution that installed a new theocratic regime in the country. As Israel invaded Lebanon in 1982, Iran's Revolutionary Guards worked with fellow Shiite Muslims to set up the Hezbollah, which then became Israel's most dangerous adversary on its borders. The next year, Iran-backed Hezbollah used suicide bombings to expel Western and Israeli forces from Lebanon. Later that year, a car packed with explosives drove into the headquarters of the Israeli military. Israel later withdrew from much of Lebanon. In 2002, murmurs around Tehran's nuclear program gained momentum. Israel sought tough sanctions against Iran, while the country categorically denied all the accusations. 4 years later, Israel and Hezbollah fought a months-long war. The IDF did not achieve its goal of crushing the Hezbollah group. In 2010, Stuxnet, a malicious computer virus widely believed to be the creation of the United States and Israel, was used to attack Iran's Natanz nuclear site. It is the first publicly known cyber attack on industrial machinery. After years of lobbying against the nuclear agreement, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu hailed US President Donald Trump's withdrawal from Iran's nuclear deal in 2018. Between the years 2020 to 2021, Tehran mourned the killings of Iran's Revolutionary Guards commander General Qasem Soleimani and Mohsen Fakhrizadeh, a recognized expert of Iran's nuclear program. In the year 2022, US and Israel took a joint pledge to deny Iran nuclear arms in a show of unity by allies long divided over diplomacy with Tehran. And finally, this year, Iran launched its April attack on Israel. After a suspected Israeli strike on the Iranian embassy compound in Damascus killed 7 officers of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard.